They will tell you that trust is beautiful, that trust builds families, friendships, nations, and kingdoms, but Machiavelli, the ruthless master of power, revealed the truth no one dares to admit, the truth that burns like fire and cuts like a blade, the truth that trust will destroy you. Because the moment you trust, you surrender control. You give someone else the key to your downfall, and betrayal never comes from enemies you already fear. It always comes from those closest, from the ones you let inside your walls, from the ones you thought would never turn. And that is the hook. That is the nightmare. That is the brutal law of survival. Trust no one, because history shows us again and again that trust is the sweetest poison and betrayal the sharpest dagger. Caesar trusted Brutus, the man he loved like a son, and Brutus's dagger was the one that broke him. Rulers trusted advisors who poisoned their wine. Kings trusted generals who sold them to the enemy. Husbands trusted wives who betrayed them. Wives trusted husbands who abandoned them. Friends trusted friends who whispered secrets to enemies. And every story ends the same way, with destruction born not from strangers, but from loyalty that shattered when it no longer served self-interest. Because Machiavelli understood the truth of human nature, that men are selfish, fickle, ungrateful, liars, deceivers, and loyalty survives only until betrayal becomes more profitable. The man who believes loyalty is permanent is already a fool walking to his own death, because no loyalty can survive fear, greed, ambition, or survival. And that is why Machiavelli insisted rulers must never depend on it, never build their foundations on the illusions of trust. For trust is not protection, it is surrender, it is blindness, it is the invitation to ruin, and yet people cling to it like children clinging to a dream, hoping it will keep them safe, while in truth it is the very thing that destroys them. Think about your own life, the people who promised to stand with you forever. How many of them vanished when things became hard? How many betrayed when temptation whispered? How many turned away when self-interest outweighed loyalty? That is Machiavelli's truth written into your own story. Trust is never real. It is an illusion that weakens you, because when you trust, you lower your guard, you open your doors, you give your secrets, you give your power, and when betrayal strikes you are unprepared, naked, blind, and broken. But suspicion protects you. Control protects you, fear protects you, because loyalty may fade, but fear never fades. Loyalty may bend, but necessity never bends. Loyalty may die, but consequences never die. And that is why the strong survive, not because they are loved, not because they are trusted, but because they are feared, respected, and untouchable. Machiavelli wrote that it is far safer to be feared than loved, because love is conditional, fragile, unreliable, while fear is consistent, predictable, eternal. And so the wise man smiles in public but doubts in private. He shakes hands but keeps his guard. He listens to promises but believes none of them. He accepts loyalty but expects betrayal. And when betrayal comes, he is never shocked, never broken, because he knew it was always coming, and he is already prepared, already in control. Trust is suicide. Suspicion is survival. Trust no one. This is the harsh law of life and power, the one Machiavelli gave to rulers, the one that history confirms again and again, the one that will keep you alive when others are falling to daggers they themselves handed over. Machiavelli knew that the man who survives is not the one who trusts, but the one who controls, and that is why he taught rulers to appear trusting while never actually trusting, to appear loyal while ready to betray, to appear merciful while prepared to be cruel, because appearances fool people, but reality must remain in your hands. Trust is not a bond, it is bait, and the wise ruler uses it as a weapon. He lets others believe in loyalty, so they reveal themselves. He lets them think they are trusted, so they relax their guard, but he himself stays sharp, doubtful, and ready to strike. Trust no one, but make everyone think you trust them. This is how you win the game. The fox in you wears the mask. The lion in you delivers the blow, and betrayal becomes impossible, because you never depended on loyalty to begin with. Machiavelli's strategy was to control men not through their promises, but through their fears and their needs. He wrote that men are loyal only while it serves their interest. So a wise prince ensures their interest always lies in obedience. He divides allies so they fight each other instead of uniting against him. He rewards carefully but punishes decisively. He controls the narrative. He keeps secrets. He creates uncertainty so no one dares to predict him. This is the psychology of power. This is survival. Because when you build on loyalty, you build on sand. But when you build on fear and necessity, you build on stone. Fear is predictable. Love is not. Necessity is binding. Loyalty is not. Betrayal thrives in certainty, but dies in uncertainty. When people do not know your next move, when they cannot read your heart, when they cannot predict your response, they hesitate, and hesitation is power. Betrayal cannot strike if fear holds the hand back. Betrayal cannot grow if necessity chains the foot to your side. And that is why Machiavelli's wisdom still lives, because in every age, in every empire, in every life, the same law is true. Those who trust fall, those who doubt survive. Those who demand fear are remembered. Those who demand loyalty are forgotten. So what does this mean for you? It means do not build your life on trust. Do not expect loyalty. Instead, test everyone. Observe everyone. Use loyalty but never depend on it. Let people think they have your trust. But keep your mind hidden, your secrets locked, your control absolute when they betray, and they will. You are ready. You are untouchable because betrayal cannot hurt the one who never believed in loyalty. And that is why Machiavelli said it is better to be feared than loved, because fear binds where love dissolves. Fear endures where loyalty dies. Fear compels action when loyalty crumbles. The psychology of survival is suspicion, not faith. And the only man who cannot be destroyed is the one who trusted no one. Machiavelli's world was filled with daggers and whispers, but so is ours. Betrayal in politics, betrayal in business, betrayal in relationships, betrayal in friendship, always the same, always from within, and only those who accept this law survive. The naive will weep, the blind will wonder why. But the Machiavellian mind will nod and say it was inevitable, because men are not loyal. They are useful until they are not. And when they are not, they turn. So rule with fear, control with necessity, and trust no one. In the end, Machiavelli's law is clear and final trust. No one, because trust is death, and betrayal is the only guarantee. History carved this truth in blood from the fall of Rome to the collapse of empires, from kings poisoned by their own counsels to lovers abandoned by the very hands they held at night. Every downfall begins with trust, and every survivor is the one who doubted the one who prepared, the one who expected betrayal and was never broken by it. Loyalty is a lie. Men serve only themselves. They smile only while it profits them. They swear loyalty only until a better offer comes. They hold you close only until distance is more useful, and when the moment arrives, they will turn without guilt, without hesitation, without regret. Machiavelli told us, the only way to survive is to make betrayal cost more than loyalty ever gave. To build fear so sharp that no man dares to test it, to make obedience a necessity that cannot be escaped, and to appear trusting while always doubting, to appear merciful while always ready to strike, to appear open while keeping your truth locked deep inside, because trust blinds, but suspicion protects. Trust weakens, but control strengthens. Trust exposes, but fear defends you. Must play the role, but never believe the role. You must smile and shake hands, but know every hand may hold a dagger. You must listen to words of loyalty, but hear only the hunger of self-interest behind them. Because the moment you forget, this is the moment you lose, and when you lose, there is no mercy. The world does not pity the betrayed. It remembers only the survivor, the ruler, the one who trusted no one. Machiavelli's psychology of power is not comfort. It is survival. It is the armor you wear in a world filled with liars, deceivers, and traitors. It is the shield against betrayal and the sword against illusion. And if you follow it, you will stand when others fall. You will survive when others are destroyed. You will rule when others beg for mercy. This is why his words echo across centuries, because men have not changed and will never change. And so the law remains eternal trust. No one trust is not strength. It is surrender. Trust is not love. It is suicide. Trust is not loyalty. It is a trap, and if you forget that you will bleed by the hand of the one you called brother. But if you remember, if you live with suspicion, if you rule with fear, if you keep control in your hands, you will never fall to betrayal. Because betrayal cannot hurt the one who never believed in loyalty. This is Machiavelli's final ruthless truth, and if you want to survive in this brutal world, carve it into your mind: trust no one. And so the truth remains carved in stone that trust is not a virtue but a weakness, not a foundation but a trap, not a blessing but a curse. And Machiavelli exposed it so that only the strong would see, while the weak would ignore it and fall again and again to betrayal. If you dare to survive, you must strip away illusions. You must kill the dream of loyalty in your mind, because every time you believe in loyalty, you hand away your power. You give permission to be betrayed. You open your fortress gates and invite your own destruction. Betrayal is not rare. Betrayal is the rule. It is the heartbeat of human nature, and only those who expect it are never broken by it. Trust blinds you, but suspicion opens your eyes. Trust makes you predictable, but doubt makes you untouchable. Trust delivers you to your enemies, but fear delivers them to you. And when you live by this truth, you stop hoping. You stop wishing. You stop praying for loyalty. You start preparing. You start controlling. You start enforcing. And then you are never a victim, because no one can betray you when you never trusted them in the first place. Machiavelli's psychology of power is not about cruelty. It is about clarity. It is the ability to see men as they are not, as we wish them to be. And what they are is selfish, greedy, hungry, fickle, loyal only until it hurts them, and ready to betray when it profits them. And that is why the ruler who survives is not the one who is loved, but the one who is feared. The man who survives is not the one who trusted, but the one who doubted. The empire that survives is not the one built on loyalty, but the one built on fear, necessity, and ruthless control. This is the dark law that still rules the world. The same in politics, the same in business, the same in family, the same in love. Nothing has changed. Men have not changed. And so the law has not changed trust. No one, because the moment you do, you are already walking toward your death. But when you accept this truth, when you carve it into your mind, when you live it every day, then you are free. Free from illusion. Free from weakness. Free from the shock of betrayal. Because betrayal no longer surprises you. It only proves you were right. And when others cry at their broken bonds, you stand tall and unshaken, because you never believed the bond was real in the first place. And this is why Machiavelli endures, because he did not write for the naive. He wrote for survivors, for rulers, for those who dare to look at humanity without illusions, and those who learn his law cannot be broken, the final ruthless truth. The one you must never forget, the one you must repeat to yourself until it is carved in your bones. Is this trust? No one, because trust will kill you, and only fear and control will keep you alive.